All righty, here we go again. Welcome, another episode of CAVHQ Live. I am your host, Cav Boss. As always, glad to see you here, or hopefully you'll be here. If not, it'll be a long, quiet night for me. But we'll give everybody their customary couple of minutes to show up, and we'll go from there. Hi there, Doug. How are you tonight? We're giving everybody a few minutes to show up. I know that sometimes it takes a little bit for the notification to go out that, hey, he's actually here tonight. Been another hot day here today. Hello, Harley Ryder. Welcome to the chat. You know, I've heard that from a lot of people recently, for sure. Knock on wood, as far as I know, me and my wife have not had COVID. That's not to say that we had it and didn't realize that we had it way back when or any point soon. Hi there, Red Sacks. Welcome to the chat. First timer, welcome. But, and we're not around a lot of people. I mean, we go out and eat dinner and everything like that from time to time and stuff, but at this point, I don't know that we've had it. So I don't know if we're have some super secret thing, or we'll get it next week since I brought it up. But well, it's your first time to talk anyway. So there's your plus, or at least that's what it says on my screen. First timer. I know the gentleman that is doing the resin casting on the new Starhawk 7, the big model. I know that he got COVID here at the 1st of July, and I think he ended up a couple of days in the hospital. So we were expecting our first shipment here this week, and I don't know that we're going to get them yet. Kind of in the air. He promised me I would have them in time for CAV-CON, so we will see. We can only hope. Which, speaking of CAV-CON, that's kind of going to be the topic tonight. We're going to kind of go over some of the things that we're going to be doing there. Hi there, sir, how are you? I would say your name, but I have no idea how to pronounce it. Phaedros? I hate to butcher names. It's been a while, yes. Well, we have had so much stuff going on here, as always, but it just seems even more so, so I have missed here and there, but I'm trying to do better. I've got a half dozen things I've been wanting to do here on the stream, and I haven't got those all together yet. I had a long conversation about that we have our Wednesday is our production meeting. What's going on? Where are we at for the week? What do we got to jump into to get the week done? What are we going to have for next week? And that was much of the conversation today. Can we call you X for short? Faye. See, now I can do Faye. Faye's good, is usually what I go by. So we'll go with Faye. Phaedros. Phaedros. Almost like Pharaoh. I guess that's close. I guess that's how you first spell it. So, call me Red. I answered about anything. Well, almost anything. I'm not real good on dude. Dude or bro or, oh, those ones that drive me crazy. But especially dude. I hate being called dude. Hey, dude. Well, I hope, guys, somebody's been sneaking in some CAV games. So, I'm saving mine up for CAV-CON. I have promised everybody that I will sit down and actually be playing CAV. $40K, Battletech, and Star Wars Legion. Well, at least you're talking about it. Well, that's unfortunate. Where are you located at, Faye? Your neck of the woods? Well, you know, and it's actually it's not too bad to, you know, if you want to just sit down and play a game against yourself. I do it quite regularly when I'm working through some rules and stuff. So, hi there, JS Twitch. Greetings to you. Since it means slacker. Fort Worth. Well, there's no reason why you're not getting games in down there. Hopefully, are you coming to CAV-CON in 3.5 weeks? In Denton? Well, and we're getting ready to throw everybody a loop-de-loop. So the good part of it is, and I know we talked about it, and he's like, oh, he's saying it again. The rules update is going to we're going to be dropping it this weekend. So I am finishing up the last little bit of layout, and we will be dropping that on there, and I think that that will help. Especially with some newer players. We've streamlined a couple of things and tweaked a couple of things. So I think everybody will be happy with where we're going. Well, we will be there Wednesday night. Is actually the official start of the show is Wednesday night. I'm not sure, what is that day? What do those days work out to be? Let me see here. So the 31st. So the show actually starts on the 31st. So that's Wednesday night. And the whole convention has a meet and greet. I don't know this year if it's pizza or barbecue or whatever. Now, there's no cost, admittance, whatever, in relation to CAV-CON. But you do have to buy a ticket for ReaperCon. And one of their options is if you want to be there at the meet and greet Wednesday night for dinner. It's, I've used it before, the background. Maybe it's because you see more of me. Usually I'm further back. Yeah, some kind of repair bay, kind of graphic. But so Thursday night, but the convention kicks off game wise for us Thursday. So we'll have several tables set up with some different boards on it. We'll be running games. There'll be pickup games. There'll be games I run, whatever. All through Thursday, Friday. There'll be a demo table set up where we'll be working with people. Then Saturday, during most of the day is the tournament. So that kind of takes over all the tables other than the demo table. Then Sunday we'll go back to the demo tables for Sunday, and then the show is over. There also is the painting contest. We give rewards, first, second, and third, provided we have those entries. For best individual model, best squad model or company, I think it has to have at least 4 models. I think that's the deal. And then a diorama, which can be anything you want it to be. So. If you're going to play in the tournament, you better get her in quick. Now, with that being said, because the rules update is coming later than it was intended to, we will be playing with the standard CAV rules as they are right now in the book and with the RATA. So. In case you were wondering about that. So current cards, everything like that will be fine through the tournament. Now, I will probably be running my games during the show with the new update rules. But as far as the tournament, so that we don't throw a monkey wrench on everybody 3 weeks before, that's the way it's going to go. I'll make an official announcement tomorrow. I'm going to put up the full list of everything that's going on. I do plan on doing a paint and take, a CAV paint and take. We normally do it. I'm trying to figure out how we're going to set that up this year. Last year, we kind of attached it to Reapers, and they kind of ran it, but I don't know. I wasn't real wild about how things went. So hopefully we can, yes, 40 millimeter bases. But they all have to be the same base. So if you do 40 millimeter base, everything has to be 40 millimeter base, other than like quads or aircraft. There's no aircraft in this tournament. So, and they can be any shape. They can be triangles if you want them on triangles. It's just everything's got to be on the same shape. Just be consistent with what you do. And when I put everything up here tomorrow, whatever, when I put up the list, I'll put the tournament, if you haven't read the tournament rules, you want to make sure you download those because it talks about how the tournament plays. If you've never played in this type of tournament, it is not based strictly on you killing each other. Half of your score actually only comes from what damage that you do to the other side. There are numerous other little missions that you can accomplish during the game to score points. So you want to make sure that you're up to snuff on that, so that you realize that. Hi, Elbrin. welcome to the show. We will have a couple of new releases at CAV-CON. I'm not 100% sure what they're going to be yet. We're trying to get our masters ready. Oh no, nobody's late around here. Just show up and have a good time. Next week I will probably, I'm going to finish, I got to finish what boards I'm going to have set up for CAV-CON. So I'll be working on some terrain for the boards, cleaning some up, updating some stuff. Speaking of, I was disappointed that we didn't have more people try to paint up a model with that new German camo that I put the picture up of on the forums on Facebook. But we did have 3 adventurous souls get their stuff out there. So I am very pleased with that part of it and appreciate them taking the time to do it. And as a reward for those 3 people, we are going to canonize a unit for them. Well, no, not necessarily. You could do, you could go with 4 emperors or something, or go with a emperor, a rhino, and a thunderbird. You can take 4 and go for it. Pretty much knock out 4,500 points right there. I don't think we've had anybody try to do that yet. That'd be interesting to see. Usually it's in the 8 to 12 range. Now we did raise it up to 15 maximum this year. So hopefully we'll see maybe some smaller, faster units. Hi Gimli, how are you? But I did take the time, since the proof is in the pudding. I don't know how well you can see it. No, with the nice green, hey, that knocks it out. That's kind of cool. Flip that over. That didn't work out so well. They do not have to be painted. No. That's kind of always Nazi to me, but there are rewards for if you paint up your model. We have a special prize, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd for painted squads stuff. But yeah, matter of fact, I think the last tournament, we literally had somebody Friday or whatever come and buy models at the booth, glue them together Friday night, and play in the tournament on Saturday. The Grey Legion, yeah. You can bring the Grey Legion. All right, so let's try this again. Timber, I am having all kinds of time here. Guess I shouldn't set them so close to the edge. I will show you these yet. All right, here he goes. Test number 51. I don't know how well they're going to show. But I did a whole squad. I did 4 despots, the new despots. Let's see if I can. Of course, it knocks out the green. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyway, I did paint mine up. So, and I will probably have them at CAV-CON, one of my games. I'll bring a 4 squad of despots. Just mail them to you. I like them. I thought they turned out good. For me. I thought the camo I hit pretty good. I did think, I talked to Brian at Fighting Piranha, and we were talking about, because I think we can make up some decal for this type of camo. Maybe to put 2 or 3 kinds on one sheet with different colors. I got my originals. Yeah, the original, I mean, it's pretty close to the original. The new ones are a lot more detailed than the metal ones, the original ones, and certainly more so than the plastic ones or from the Kickstarter one. But we're totally out of those. So. I think that the barrel changed. No, vehicles do not have to be based, but it's the same thing. If all vehicles are either based or they're not based. No, it's CAVs and vehicles. It's just no aircraft or infantry. Or is it only CAVs? Did I say? Maybe I did say. Was it only CAVs? I might have. I have to go back and look at my post. Now that you say that, I did. I probably did because we were talking about it the other night, and since we haven't had a convention and a tournament in 2 years, and probably have some new people, we decided to go with only CAVs. Keep it simple, stupid. So since 2 people tell me it was only CAVs, and it's only CAVs. I do vaguely remember saying that now in the tournament rules. But you can, if you've got a squad that you want to put together to play in just the normal games, we always do that. We always set it up. If you bring a squad that you want to throw down on the board, we will make it work in what everybody's playing. Like I said, I plan on having, there'll be 4 or 5 tournament boards set up, because I don't know where we're going to be tournament-wise with people this year, with everything kind of coming together, and so I don't know what kind of turnout that we're going to have. So I didn't really want to commit to 10 tables or 15 tables, because that puts a bind on the Reaper guys and ends up being a lot of wasted space. If we end up having more than we have tables for, we will try to work around it the best we can. But as far as if vehicles were being played, they do not have to be based unless they're based. If you base one, you have to base them all. If you don't base them, then you don't have to base them. The only really big exception is for when we have aircraft, since their bases don't really matter. We're not nearly as tight on those. And generally, the reason we do bases the way that we do is, a lot of it is, some of the rules go by where your base is located at. Now, for line of sight and everything, we just play center to center, and we have our own line of sight rules. So it's not what you see or anything like that. It's very clear cut as to when you can or can't see something. But you can use bases to manipulate a little bit of something. And, in the past, we've had people put some things on big bases and some things on little bases to try to tweak around things. So by keeping everybody, we're all on the same page. I have made a pact and a promise that I am spending more time over with the game tables this show. Let somebody else always work the booth. We should have the t-shirt design loaded up here in the next week or so on our TeePublic page. So if you'll be able to download an official convention shirt, get it. And I don't know what else we'll have for the show. Again, there was conversations held last month that with the new COVID and everything like that, everybody got a little nervous that there might be some restrictions or things canceled. Then, again, it's throwing a wrench into things, and I didn't want to commit to a lot of stuff and then end up being stuck with it because we ended up canceling the show. Well, I know probably next year, we did Origins this year. I doubt I'll do Origins next year. Origins is not the same, and there's a whole episode back from when we did Origins in June. But it's just not the same show. I just didn't like how the show went this year. Sales were okay. I mean, but like I said, it just, for as much effort and time that goes into it, it could have been better. It did. It was, and I'm not trying to upset anybody or make anybody mad, and I'm not, barreling down on the woke and all that stuff like that. But it's regardless of how you feel about something, you can't make something or try to make something that works for everybody. You cannot do it. It doesn't matter what situation it is. Whether it's a color choice. Some people like blue, some people like red, and you'll never pick a color that everybody likes. And I think that's what Origins tried to do this year, or since the last time I was there to this time. And it did not have a convention feel to it. It had I am a corporate show trying to make money off of you feel. And that just, it didn't feel like a fun show. I'm not having fun at the show. I don't go to these shows, obviously we want them to make money and pay for it, but that's not what we go to these shows for. It's to play games and have fun and meet people. And we didn't have fun. So, what cons are you looking after CAV-CON? We have, I think the only other conventions that we have that we will be officially at with the booth is Millennium Con down in San Antonio. I don't know if it's not really San Antonio, it's Round Rock. I think is Round Rock it's either by Waco or Austin or San Antonio. I forget where Round Rock is. I've only been through it half a dozen times. Oh. But I think that's the last show for the year as far as the official deal. There is going to be, we have two conventions coming up in Wichita that I may go to one with the booth. I don't know. I'm still making up my mind. But we will for sure go and run games at both of them. And that is going to be Flying Monkey Con. Don't ask me. I don't know how they got that for a Kansas convention. And Tsunami Con, which is kind of a Cthulhu thing. I guess the guys that originally started it really like Cthulhu. I would do a booth at Tsunami Con, but apparently they are having the vendors out in the long hall. There's a long hallway that runs along the length of the convention center or gaming area, and they have no way to control it at night after everybody's gone, after it shuts down. So that just doesn't work for me. But we will go over there and definitely set up a couple of games. And then going into next year, Adepticon, of course. We'll do Adepticon. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know about other shows yet. It's just, it was just a weird year. I mean, it's the first year everybody's coming back off of COVID, trying to do shows again. So all the shows were different and weird with the way people showed up, people doing. A couple of shows that we've gone to in the past changed venues. So I don't know. I don't know how we're going to do next year. Other than I do know we'll do Adepticon. All right, so let's see. What other big and bad stuff is going on at the moment? And if for everybody that came in late, again, information for the tournament, if people ask or whatever, the rules update will be dropping by this weekend. But for tournament play, we will use the current rules as they are with the errata that's already out there. All right, so any other questions or subjects you guys want me to cover? Seems like I've been talking for 2 hours. It's only been 33 minutes. Gosh. So who out there has got any of the new ones, any of the new releases? I'm interested to hear what you thought of them. Right now, I'm trying to put together an official list. We are, there's so many out there to do. I am, and we're going to have a couple of new ones for CAV-CON. I don't know exactly which ones are going to be yet. We're trying to figure things out. We are bringing in a new 3D printer. I'm hoping that it's going to be here before the show. We ordered it a couple of weeks ago, and they said it would take 3 to 4 weeks for us to get it. But this is a what they call a production printer. It is a higher end printer that we're bringing in that we actually can print items on it that we can sell. The resin that it uses is pretty durable and comparable to our dual cast. So there's going to be some projects that we're planning on using it for. Some low run stuff that more specialty stuff that we probably wouldn't put on a mold, but we'll have some of that out there. It is also of high enough quality, and because it prints on the more durable material, we will be able to do all our masters. So that's really been our bottleneck over the last 2 or 3 months, is getting stuff sent out and having our masters done and waiting for our masters to get back in to make molds. And I just got tired of it. So we've got this new 3D printer coming in, and I'm down a kidney now for getting it, but it is what it is. And once we have that in and we're up to speed on it, they actually are sending somebody in to train on it. So that will get us a big jump start on it. But once we've got that up and going, it's going to, I got the dual cast Kodiak and was disappointed on how the legs attached. Oh, yeah. Actually, I got one right here. It did. It was not as easy to put them together as we had intended them, for sure. I don't know what's front and back on this guy. Now, part of that is when we did not actually produce the Kodiak. We were still waiting for some stuff to get in, and we sent those down to Reaper, and Reaper produced those for us. And they were still kind of getting up to speed on their system. And I think that part of the problem is there is some compression issues, that some things got pressed a little harder than they needed to be. And so it got the one piece maybe too big a little bit, so that they didn't fit together as tight as they could. But I do apologize. Then, I'm not wild about how they ended up either. They are doable. They do take more work. I was trying to look in here at the one I've got here that was sitting here that was. But we will, we have not had to run any ones yet here. We've got all the molds, and they sent us the molds. So we will look at that going forward and seeing if it's a compression issue or whatever, and if not, we will try to adjust that down the road. But thank you for telling me that. I mean, I knew that it wasn't the ideal situation, but you know, we put a couple of them together here on the stream. I do know, though, that if you play with them a little bit, you can get some kind of interesting, kind of a running pose on him that I thought was kind of cool. It was kind of, you can kind of get him adjusted like that it went together. Big Starhawk update. I talked about that a little earlier. And last thing then. So Doug, but you got the Kodiak. You weren't great about how the legs attached, but overall, what'd you think of the model? Good detail? You happy with the way the material feels, paints, everything else, all the good stuff like that? Okay, big Starhawk update. So we got the original in, and it got sent to the guy that's going to cast it. We were supposed to have first delivery actually by the end of July. And as I mentioned here at the beginning of the show, he got COVID 1st of July and actually spent a couple of days in the hospital. So he is back up and going. He anticipates getting me some out either this week or next week, but that he promised me beyond everything that he would have Starhawks to us for CAV-CON. So let's hope that works out. Oops. Good detail, he says. Well, at least we got the detail part good. Hello, Tiger. Can I pre-order now? I don't even know what we're going to sell them for yet. I guess I need to start figuring that out, don't I? $1 million. We'll discount them for you. You can have it for $100,000. I can't type that fast on my iPad. Don't you have like voice recognition or something? Hey, Siri, tell him this. I can tell you that there will only be 100 of them. JS Twitch. I don't care. Oh, so you will pay $1 million? Because if I can get $1 million for it, I'm all in, man. Only need to sell one. I'll tell you this, James. If you will buy a Starhawk for $1 million, we'll do broadswords. We'll do a whole run of broadswords. And then you can have all the broadswords you want. This is going to be the big Starhawk. It's the new updated Starhawk, Starhawk 7, which we will be releasing the mini for it as well. But the big Starhawk's like the big Dictator. 28, 32 millimeter scale. Oh, cool. I like that. Think the credit card company will let me get away with that? Well, he told me I could charge whatever I want to charge. I think it's like 7 inches tall, 7.5 inches tall. I know it's a little taller than the Dictator. So if you've already got the Dictator, because the Dictator is a little more squatty. It's a collector's piece. It's a modeler's piece, and then hopefully when we get to the role-playing game, might need it for a mission or two there. Guess if I put my glasses on, I can read better. Or, well, not especially, but they protect me. Oh. I don't know how much protection they'll give you, but they'll make sure they got to do whatever they got to do not to pay no money out. I have not. Well, yeah, I talked to. There should be a vehicle and a CAV released I don't know exactly which ones they are. Right now, we're waiting on several different masters to come in, and whichever two show up first will probably be the ones we go with for this time. As far as swag and stuff like that, we really are not doing a whole lot of it this year. Literally, they were just talking about last month that, well, technically be that in June, that they weren't sure if the county or anything down there was going to throw in some restrictions on them again or something. So I really didn't want to commit to a bunch of things and then the show end up being canceled. The t-shirt design will be going up here as soon as we can on our TeePublic site. So you'll be able to purchase a t-shirt. And we might try to get a couple of things swag-wise, but this is just another weird year. We've just got to try to bear through it and pray that 23 is even better. I do plan on trying to stream the show the entire time on the Twitch channel. We'll just have to wait to see how that works. We do have to share bandwidth with Reaper and other people that are there with the hotel, so I don't know that side of it. I'm hoping that now that we're on 5G, that we'll be able to bounce off of a mobile hotspot and have good enough coverage from it. Yeah, no, like I said, I meant to mention that earlier. There will be some. My plan is try to broadcast the entire 4 days of the show. That's my hope, depending on where we have bandwidth and whatnot. There will be parts that we will stream, if anything, if we just stream off of our phones. I would like to have the nice camera and everything set up for us to stream. There is the Vindicator, but we are having to retool that model. That model was originally designed for resin, so it sets tall-wise in the mold, and they pour the resin in, and then the mold opens up to let the model pop out. But because it has the top wing and then that bottom wing on it, when we put it in the mold for dual cast, it will bury either the top one or the bottom one, and we'll end up either breaking the Mini, getting it out of the mold, or tearing the mold out so fast that we won't get enough stuff off of it. Doug, the biggest thing is just cut the pins down on the legs a little bit. They were supposed to be round pegs to go in the hex hole, but they ended up being hex pegs for whatever reason. We just didn't catch it. But if you will take the points down on that hex peg a little bit, you will see that it goes in there a lot easier and it's easier to glue. Yes, you certainly can. You may have to instant message me on here with it, and then I can share it. I don't know if it'll let you put a link up or not. You can try. I think we've had that run into that before. That somebody tried to put a link up and it wouldn't let the link go through. Or maybe allow us to okay it, one of the mods. Did you try to put the link up? I'll grab my keyboard here. Because what I can do, actually, we can just... Yeah. Let's see here. We'll see if we can make it go. All right, just a minute here. I'm working on it. Yeah, or James. There you go. James can do it. Or no, that's not it. That's just a picture. I'm going to make this work. All right, now we go here. Yeah. Why does everything always be so tough? All right, F you. All right, there you go. Now you got the link up. All right. Let me see. Let's see if it can let me go to it here. I might have broke it. Well, there you go, JS. Sorry, I thought he was putting up the link to his Instagram, which now you did, so there you go. So if you are an Instagram person, go look at his stuff. Oh, why it won't let me? I guess because I can't get logged into. It won't let me go to my Instagram account. All right, yeah, we'll play with that later. We'll figure it all out. Okay, so managed to waste 5 minutes or 10 minutes there. Let us, all right, we got 5 minutes or so. What else do you want me to cover? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to shield? Shield, is that how you say it? Something to sell? I don't know. I don't have anything to shield other than CAV-CON. If you're going to be around Denton, so I noticed you said you played BattleTech too. Do you play BattleTech with a bunch of the people down in the Dallas area? I used to live down there for years and years and years. The JR win. This year. it will be out this year. It's got put off to the side. We're waiting for the final art and we just haven't got it done. Check your Facebook messages when you get it. Okay, I will check my Facebook message when I get it. We just don't have all the art in. I'm pushing them. I'm trying to get the last of the art in. I keep thinking we're there and over the hill, and so hang in there. Now that the rules update, like I said, will be dropping this weekend. Once it's out of the way, that's the JR is the next writing project that gets done. The DFW BattleTech phase. So, you know Daryl and everybody? I don't even know who's left down there out of all those. Rich Hamer, I don't know if Rich Hamer is still down there playing. But I was big in the BattleTech back in the day down there. All right, well, there was our little trip down memory lane. And everybody I know, maybe before, I don't know how old you are. You may be about a youngster. We were well before your time, but we were pretty much the BattleTech down there in the 90s. Yeah, I don't know where they're still playing down there. But I'm pretty sure they're not playing in Fort Worth. I think the last place that we were playing when I quit playing down there was Lone Star Comics in Arlington. I think was the last place that we ended up being at. $32. Yeah, so it's the This was well before your time. That had been, I don't know if you were even born. Oh, God, I feel old. All right. Well, no, I guess you did. I mean, it's 22, so that'd have been, you'd have 10, 8. You're probably 7 or 8 years old. All right. Well, it's 9 o'clock, so we've managed to. Generation X, they might have been going over there and playing some too. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think Daryl and them are supposed to be at CAV-CON, so I'll catch up with them. Anyway, there we have it. So next week I will be back hobbying, working on getting stuff ready for the game boards. I've got some CAV revetments that I got printed up that I'm going to be painting on. And I've got to finish up my Shantytown for that board. And luckily all the desert stuff is all ready to go. So there's one board knocked out 100%. So anyway, again, if you're going to be in the Denton area or can be at the first of the yeah, that's we won't get into all of that tonight, but yeah, they've certainly walked up to the cliff and jumped right off of it. So shield, see, there's the word again, shield. Shield. But and we certainly appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you at the convention. But if you're down there in that area, at least stop by, say hi. We'll be there playing and blowing and going. So as always, if something comes up, hit me up on Discord or our Facebook page or our forums. I will do my best to answer. If not, I will see you next Wednesday. Good night, all.